Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to our GK Army online classes. So today we'll discuss about what the remain of four major physiographic division of our India. Okay, so before we started class, let's have a quick recall of our previous class that we had discussed about the Himalayan mountains and the northern Ghats in that class. Okay, so the Himalayan mountains were lies totally in north side of our India. In north side. Okay, some parts of Punjab also. These are the area of Himalayan mountains. Okay, the Himalayan mountains also divided into different, you can say, land form also like Himadri, Himachal, and Sivalis. After that, Punjab Himalaya also, Kumaon Himalaya also are there. Okay, so the Himalayan ranges or the you can say the Himalayan mountains are totally lies in northern parts of India, and it is the important you can say landforms of India. You can say physiographic division of India. Okay, after that the northern plains. The northern plains mostly what this area. Okay, the northern plains also lies in north side or north direction of our India. Okay, means the river flows from what Himalayan mountain. They deposit the soil in the mountain feet, and mainly the soils is alluvial soil, and the soil is very much fertile. So the northern plains also lies in north side of India. Okay, after that what the peninsular plain. Okay, I'm marking the you can say area that the peninsular plateau is what situated you can say located in middle area. Okay, after that some parts of upper area. Okay, this area is known as one of the important major physiographic division, and that physiographic division lies or you can say consists of what peninsular plateau, the third major land division or you can say physiographic division of India. Okay, so the peninsular plateau is the tableland formed due to the breaking and drafting of the Gondwana land. The huge single land mass beginning means Australia, Antarctica, you can say South Africa, India in a single piece of land. That single piece of land breaking down, drifting down, and after that the peninsular plateau, what you can say was created. Okay, it is composed of the old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rocks. Means the peninsular plateau mostly composed by the what rocks like metamorphic rock, crystalline rocks, and igneous rocks. Okay, after that the plateau consists of two broad division, namely the central highlands after that and the Deccan plateau. Means the peninsular plateau also what in two division, what central highlands after that the you can say the Deccan plateau. Okay, then central highlands lie north to river Narmada. What central highlands lie north to river Narmada, like in this side, in this side. Okay, in this side what central highlands located. After that the eastward extension of peninsular plateau are locally known as what Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand. Okay, the eastward means eastward this area. Okay, these areas extents of peninsular plateau are locally known as Bundelkhand and what Baghelkhand. The Chhodnagpur plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar river. There is also a what plateau named Chhodnagpur what plateau and extension drained by the Damodar river. Okay, in here, you can see the middle part of India covered with what peninsular plateau. This is the middle part from here. Okay, this area shall be the plateau area. Okay, then The Deccan Plateau, a triangular mass, lies to the south of the river Narmada. Deccan Plateau is the river. Okay. After that, the western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau are marked by the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats respectively. Mean the western and eastern edges of the Deccan Plateau. This is okay. This is known as what? Western Ghats, and the Ghats which lies in what? East direction of India, that is known as what? Eastern Ghats. Got it? After that, the Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats, and Western Ghats is lengthy than the Eastern Ghats. Then Anaimudi is the highest peak in Western Ghat, which height is 2695 meter. What? Anaimudi is the highest peak in Western Ghat, which what highest length is 2695 meter. And Mahendragiri with what? 1501, or you can say 1501 meter. It is the highest peak in Eastern Ghats. Mean in Western Ghats, what you can say Anaimudi. In Western Ghats, the mountain or the highest peak of the mountain. How? What is the length of the peak? 2600 and what? 2695. After that, in western side, what? Mahendragiri, the highest mountain peak, which length is what? 1501 meter. Okay. A distinct feature of the peninsular plateau is the black soil area known as Deccan Trough. Mostly the peninsular plateau covered with black soil, because in this areas you can say volcanoes are present. That's why what? Small volcanoes are present. That's why what? This area made, or you can say formed by black soil. Okay. After that, the Indian desert. The Indian desert. Okay. The undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes towards the western migrants of Aravalli Hills is the Indian desert. What? Crescent shaped dunes called what? Barchans cover large parts of the Indian desert. It has a very less rainfall, around 150 meter. Luni is the only large river in this region. So in Rajasthan area, you can say in Rajasthan, mostly in Rajasthan areas, what? In here, okay, this area covered with what? Desert areas. Okay, what? Desert areas, and you can say the western margins of the Aravalli Hills is the Indian desert. In the western, this side is the western side, is north, south. So this western area, what you can say, the Indian desert areas. Okay, it has a very less rainfall, around 150 millimeter. Okay, Luni is the only large river in this region. A river flow in the region, and her name is what? Luni. Okay. After that, the coastal plains. Coastal plains means Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, Indian. The coastal plain lies in western parts, this area, western parts, and as well as in eastern parts. These areas, or you can say the seashore areas, are known as coastal plains. Okay. The narrow coastal strips flank the peninsular plateau. On the west, the coastal strips are divided into Konkan, Kannada plain, and the Malabar coast from north to south. Okay. On the west, the coastal strips are divided in Konkan, Kannada, these places. these places are divided into what? Three major, you can say three major the coastal plains, okay, that are what? Konkan, Kannada and Malabar coast from north to south, from north to south. Okay, after that the plains along the Bay of Bengal are wide and level. This side in western side is, sorry, east to south side. Okay, on the east the coastal strip is divided what? Into northern what? Sarkars and the Coromandel coast. Northern Sarkar, this area, and Coromandel. Okay, these are the what? Coastal plains in the seashore area of Arabian Sea and the seashore area of seaside area of Bay of Bengal. So the you can see the coastal plains of India, one of the major physiographic division. Okay, then these coastal plains are divided into also in land masses. You can see in physiographic division in west, sorry, you can say north to south. The coastal plains lie on the side of Arabian Sea. Okay, it divided into three coastal plains: Konkan coastal plain, Kannada coastal plains, and Malabar coastal plains. After that, the in northern circles, it lies in east to, you can say, south side, in side areas of Bay of Bengal. These coastal plains also divided into two what? Physiographic division of India: northern circles and what? Coromandel coast. Okay, after that the island. The Lakshadweep island group in the Arabian Sea is close to Kerala. What? The Lakshadweep island, close to. This is the Lakshadweep island, which lies in south part of our India. After that, Andaman and Nicobar island. What? Andaman and Nicobar island. It lies in the what? East south. You can say south part of our India in Bay of Bengal. Okay, then the Lakshadweep island were formerly known as what? Lokadweep, Minicoy and Amandine. After that, the Andaman and Nicobar island are an what? Elongated chain of island located in the Bay of Bengal. This one. Okay, the Andaman and Nicobar islands are an what? Elevated portion of submarine mountains. Mean in you can say in islands in Andaman and Nicobar, small what? Small mountains are there. Small mountains are from the Andaman and Nicobar island. Okay, so the regions in India complements each other and make the country richer in its natural resources. Mountains are the source of forest and water. After that, plains provided grain. Then plateaus are storehouse of minerals. Coastal areas support fishing and ports. So, what are the importance of this physiographic division of India? Means how this physiographic division, what you can say, merits for India, or you can say positive points for India. Okay, the Himalayan mountains. Listen carefully the importance of this physiographic division of India. How it created how it gave a richer shape to India. That Himalayan mountain, what it is one of the most, you can say, the relief features for India. Okay, or you can say by the natural calamities or weathering problem, it protects India. After that, the enemy or the rivalry, the outsider. Okay, by this Himalaya, they are not able to what? Suddenly you can say make a contact with our country. After that, the northern plains areas, okay, the agriculture or farming activities are done in that area. Okay, after that, the peninsular plateau areas are rich in minerals. Okay, so we can easily extract the natural resources like minerals from peninsular plateau area. About Indian desert is highly you can say affected by the natural sources like wind energy and solar energy. After that, the coastal plains, what? Coastal plains, it is you can say it is important for us to what fishing, then breeding and the islands. Island is the, you can say, beautiful land, or you can say the tourist place of India. So these are the important major physiographic division of India. Got it? I hope you all are able to got the topics, understood the points of what this chapter, what physiographic, major physiographic division, or you can say physical features of India. Okay. Okay. Then let's take a quick recall from the beginning of this chapter. That we have started from previous classes. We have discussed about that the tectonic plates are responsible for what form this major land masses, major physiographic division. So, what is the movement of what tectonic plates? Okay, the we can say the upper part of crust, the tectonic plates are, you can say, located or situated, and by the movement of what tectonic plate these land masses are formed. So, what are the movement of tectonic plate? What? The convergent boundary. After that, you can say the divergent boundary and the transform boundary. You can say also the convergent movement, then the divergent movement, and you can say that transform movement. Okay. After tectonic place, we had learned about what the Gondwana land, where India, Australia, and South Africa, Antarctica. Okay, this major land masses are in a single land mass in the beginning. Okay. After that, the 6 major physiographic division of India, what the Himalayan ranges, or you can say the Himalayan mountain, which are placed in the northern side, northern direction of India, and northern Himalaya also divided into small divisions for according to their ranges like Himadri, Himachal, and Sivaliks. Okay. After that, the northern plains also what the rivers flows from mountain ranges like Brahmaputra, Ganga, okay, Indus. These rivers what created at the northern plains areas, what the flow from the high to what low areas, and they what you can say bring the soil and deposit in mountain feet, and that area created the northern plains. Mostly in northern plains found the what the alluvium soil, which is very fertile, or you can say which is very favorable for cultivation, agricultural activities. Okay, the northern plains also divided into what major plain areas like example what Punjab plains. Okay. After that, the peninsular plateau lies in the middle part of what India, north to, you can say north to west to south. Okay, these areas are covered with plateau area where what the central highlands, or you can say the Deccan plateau located. Central highlands what west to north area and north to west area. This area after that what the Deccan plateau, mostly you can say the most of the part of Deccan plateau lies in west to south region of India. Okay, and these areas are what rich in minerals. Got it? After that, the Indian desert lies in north to west side of India. Okay, mostly in Rajasthan you can find what the Indian desert. Okay, after that, the coastal plains means which lies in the west to south in side of Arabian Sea. After that, the seashore areas of Bay of Bengal, which lies in east to south. Okay, in the coastal plains are divided into also major what plains areas like what Konkan, Kannada, Malabar, which are located in west side, which are located you can say in Arabian side. Okay, after that the northern circles and Coromandel coast, these are lies in Bay of Bengal. Okay, after that the island, the two important, or you can say beautiful island, which are lies in Arabian Sea as well as in Bay of Bengal. What Lakshadweep lies in Arabian Sea, and Andaman and Nicobar lies in Bay of Bengal. And the importance of what these major geographic divisions was The Himalayan played a, you can say, relief features for India. After the northern plains is very favorable for agricultural, you can say, farming activities, because these northern plains are very much fertile. So these lands are suitable for cultivation. After that, the peninsular plateau, the plateau areas, you can see the every plateau areas rich in minerals. Minerals. So in what the plateau area also played an important role for the growth of economic section of our country. After that, the Indian desert is highly, you can see, rich in natural resources like wind energy and solar energy. Okay, we can use the wind energy and solar energy with the, you can say, appropriate technology. After that, the coastal plains here can maintain our trade and commerce through the water route, through the seaweed. Okay, after we can develop our import and export through this water, and through the waterways we are connecting with centrally, we are connecting with East Asia, after that West Asian countries, after that many European countries we are connected and maintain trade and commerce with them through the Indian Ocean route, through the sea. Okay, after that, what the island, these are the beautiful island which what you can see which glorify the ancient Indian history, and these major physiographic divisions are, you can say, very much important, you can say very much played an important role in our history also. Okay, so this is all about what today's class, today's lecture, what physiographic features of India. Okay, I hope you all are able to got the points, got the topics very clearly. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.